So we've all been told that renting is better than buying and renting is throwing away money, and that's absolutely true. All right, guys, thank you for watching. If you need a real estate agent, check out the link in my description. No, I'm just kidding. There's been a lot of FOMO on YouTube and really all over the internet about buying a house, and with my lease about to end, I entertain the idea of buying a house. But I'm going to talk about a few reasons why I'm going to keep on renting, and hopefully, it gives you some other things to think about that maybe you didn't consider. So the first thing, it's kind of money related, but it's kind of not. And that is that I just see a house I'm going to rent and a house that I'm going to buy just through a different lens. For example, the house I'm renting at now doesn't have a second bathroom. It doesn't have like a taller basement. The garage isn't attached. There's cracks on the wall and stuff like that. But it's like a temporary living situation for me. It's a house I'm renting. It's a year lease, so if after a year I decide I don't want to keep living here, I just move, right? So some of those things don't bother me, and because of that, I'm able to look for a cheaper place. But that's not necessarily the case with a house, as I found when I was looking at houses to buy. I just found myself caring about a lot more things when I was looking at houses to buy, just because it's a different lens that I was looking at this through. With a mortgage, I can't just decide to move to another city when my lease is up, because I'm going to have a 15 or 30 year mortgage worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've seen people on the internet compare renting versus buying, and they talk about like renting modestly, buying modestly. So basically buying a house that's around the same price that you would pay for rent, and in that situation you would end up making more money in the long run. But it's hard to do that when it's just two different lenses that you're looking at, renting versus buying. Now, the second reason that I'm deciding to keep renting instead of buying is really because of the stage I am in life. I'm 25 years old. I know a lot has changed in the last 5 years. 5 years ago was like 2019, and a lot has changed in the last 5 years, not just for me from 20 to 25, but for like the whole world. It's actually kind of crazy to think about 5 years ago being 2019. Feels like a lot has changed, but at the same time, a lot of things are the same. But anyway, I don't want to make this big decision of buying a house based on, the situation I am in now, when it can be very different in 5 years when I'm 30. If I was to buy a house now, it would really be just me making all of the choices. And I think it would be a really fun experience to do the whole house buying process with my future wife. I know there's people online that talk about buying a home as soon as you can, so you can start building equity, and so that you can get your foot in the door for having a house. But then I would miss out on you going through that shopping experience with my future wife. Like, I just think that would be a really good thing for a relationship, where you kind of go into this big decision together. You kind of dream together. You think about like your situation now and what it could be in a few years with all the different houses and the different cities you can live in. And it's just, I would be doing myself a disservice if I got a house now. What if she doesn't like the house? What if she feels like it's my house, and it would be both of our houses at that point, but because I was the one that decided on it, maybe she doesn't feel like it's her house, and that would just kind of suck. I just think it'd be a really nice experience to do that with the future wife. The third reason I'm going to keep on renting and not buy is no secret, and that is because house prices are really high, and then the interest rates are also really high. I'm in a situation right now where my rent is about, I say 18 to 20% of my take-home pay, and so I think 18% is really good, but I don't think I could find 18%. I don't think I can find a place to buy with the house prices right now, with the interest rates right now, that would be 18% of my take-home pay. At least not a house that I would probably like. I was looking at 30-year fixed rate mortgages online with like amortization calculators, and it's just crazy how much interest you pay, especially like upfront. Even if you pay principal only, like make extra payments towards the principal so you can do it faster than the 15 or 30 years. Even if you do that, you still end up paying a lot of money in interest because of the way the loans are designed. Like, the banks are smart. They set it up in a way to where even if you pay it off early, they make a lot of the interest up front. So I was looking at these calculators online, and I just thought it was crazy that for like 17 years, more than half of your monthly mortgage payment was going towards the interest. That just blew my mind when I saw that, because I was like, you know, I was kind of feeling like I was throwing money away renting because I'm not building any equity, but you don't really build much equity for the first few years anyway, right? And so I think it's better for me to stay where I'm at and keep my rent to about 18-20% of my take home pay and save some money to make a bigger down payment on a house so that I don't have to take out such a big loan and I can have more equity sooner in a house when I finally get to that point. It was just really eye-opening to see. If you haven't like played around with mortgage amortization calculators online, I recommend you do that. And what's even crazier is that's just for the mortgage. You still have to pay taxes, like property taxes. You still have to pay for maintenance, any HOA fees. I think those are getting popular. So it's not just the mortgage. You got to pay for other things you think about. And like upgrades and maintenance would be a big thing. For this rental house, there's no way I'm going to upgrade something, right? Because it's not my place. Maybe I might do the occasional doorknob here or there. I actually had to replace a doorknob for the bathroom in this place because I would turn it and it wouldn't like turn the doorknob. It wouldn't open the door, so I had to, and it was like $7. So I was like, no big deal, but I'm not gonna make any major upgrades or anything like that. But if I had my own place, I would take more pride in that, and I would want to make these upgrades. So it'd just be more money. In the end, I know that over a long time horizon, I would be better off buying instead of renting. But I think right now, in the situation I'm in, I think I'm better off renting. It's cool to look at the houses that are for sale on Zillow and kind of start dreaming of things, but you know, I just don't think I'm in a good position to do that right now, especially with all the doom and gloom I see all over YouTube and all over the internet. I don't know if it's just YouTube feeding me like negative videos because I keep clicking them, but I just see all types of negative videos from like layoffs and housing unaffordability, inflation, wars, all these sorts of negative things, and it doesn't make me want to buy a house. I don't know, maybe the world has always been that way and I'm just finally getting to the age where I start to notice these things. Let me know what your thoughts are on that.